Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Professor A.T. Kunte from Civil Engineering Department. Today we are going to learn about prestressed concrete. In that there is a unit 1, that is introduction. So what is meant by prestressed concrete? In that first it is defined as prestressed concrete is the one in which there have been introduced internal stresses of such magnitude and distribution that the stresses resulting from the external loading are counterbalanced to a desired degree. Means prestressed concrete is basically a concrete in which the internal stresses of suitable magnitude is introduced so that the stress from external loading is counterbalanced in prestressing. In that, prestressing concrete got developed along with reinforced concrete. The prestress force is introduced in concrete member to eliminate the tensile stresses which may cause the failure of the member. Basically, in prestressed concrete, internal stresses are developed in predetermined manner such that the stresses introduced due to external loading gets nullified with these internal stresses of concrete. This is generally achieved by tensioning the reinforcing steel. In prestressing, there is a need of high strength concrete and high strength steel wires are used. First of all, need of high strength concrete in prestressing. Due to large prestressing force to be applied by a tendon, large bearing stresses get developed in concrete at the ends by anchoring devices. In prestressing concrete, anchoring devices are provided to stretch the element. Second, bursting stresses at the ends cannot be effectively resisted by low strength concrete. Then third, stresses transfer from tendons to concrete takes place due to bond between concrete and steel. In prestress, the stresses are transferred from tendons to the concrete by means of bond between concrete and steel. concrete and स्टील मध्ये जो बॉन्ड असतो त्यामधून प्रिस्ट्रेसिंग फोर्स हा पास होतो प्रिस्ट्रेसिंग मध्ये. विथ द यूज ऑफ हाय स्ट्रेंथ कॉन्क्रीट श्रिंकेज क्रॅक्स आर लो. व्हेन वी यूज हाय स्ट्रेंथ कॉन्क्रीट इन प्रिस्ट्रेसिंग, जो श्रिंकेज क्रॅक्स असतात ते कमी होतात. यूज ऑफ हाय स्ट्रेंथ कॉन्क्रीट रिड्यूसेस द साइज ऑफ अ कॉन्क्रीट मेंबर, देअर बाय रिझल्टिंग इन रिडक्शन ऑफ अ सेल्फ वेट ऑफ द मॅनर. जेव्हा आपण प्रिस्ट्रेस कॉन्क्रीट हाय स्ट्रेंथ कॉन्क्रीट यूज करतो प्रिस्ट्रेसिंगमध्ये, तेव्हा जी साईज असते आपली बीमची किंवा कशाची पण, ती रिड्यूस होते. सेल्फ वेटसुद्धा रिड्यूस होते. देन नीड ऑफ हाय टेन्साइल स्टील इन प्रिस्ट्रेसिंग. विथ द यूज ऑफ लो टेन्साइल स्टील ड्यू टू creep and shrinkage of a concrete, loss of prestress is a large. Thus, the net tensile stress which is offering the required prestressing force will be very small. Generally, losses due to creep and shrinkage is in the range of 0.008, that means 0.08%, and strain loss equals to 0.008. So, initial prestress in a steel should be in the range of 1000 to 2000 Newton per mm square. Then, terminologies used in a prestressing. First of all, tendon. Then second is anchorage. Third, pre-tensioning, post-tensioning. Then full prestressing, partial prestressing, axial prestressing, eccentric prestressing, and concordant prestressing is the terminologies used in a prestressing. Then first is the tendon. It is a stretch element in a concrete member to a prestress to the concrete. In general, high tensile steel wires are used as a tendon. Then second is a anchorage. Once the tendon has stretched to the desired degree, anchorages are provided so that the tendons can impart compressive force to concrete, and they also maintain the required pre-stress in a tendon. Commonly adopted anchorages are Freycinet, Magnet Boulton, Gifford Udall, Lee McCall, and Ribolin system. Then pretensioning. It is the method of pre-stressing in which tendons are stretched or tensioned before the placement of a concrete. In this method, pre-stress is imparted to concrete through bond between steel and concrete. Then fourth is a post-tensioning. In this method of pre-stressing, tension is applied to a tendon after the concrete has been set and hardened. Here the pre-stress is imparted to a concrete through bearing. Then next is a bonded pre-stress concrete, means here is the pre-stress is imparted to a concrete through bond between steel and surrounding concrete. Pretension member are classified into this group of concrete. Then full pre-stressing means here the tensile stresses in concrete due to the applied loads are commonly nullified by the existing pre-stress in the members. Then partial or limited pre-stressing. Here is the only a limited amount of tensile stresses are allowed in a concrete under the working load conditions. Here in addition to tensile steel, a good quantity of untensioned reinforcement is also used to limit the cracks developed at a service load. Then next is axial pre-stressing, means member in which the entire cross section of a concrete has a uniform compressive pre-stress. Here the centroid of the tendon coincides with that of the concrete section. Then eccentric pre-stressing. Here the tendons are eccentric to the centroid of this section, thereby resulting in a triangular or trapezoidal compressive stress distribution. Then concordant pre-stressing. Concordant pre-stressing, in this method of pre-stressing, the cable follows a concordant profile, means in indeterminate structures. Concordant pre-stressing does not cause any change in the support reaction. These are the terminologies. Then advantages of pre-stressed concrete. In that, pre-stressed concrete offers more advantages than the reinforced concrete, which are as under. First of all, first advantage of pre-stressed concrete. In that, in fully pre-stressed concrete member, which are free from tensile stresses under working loads, there the cross section is utilized more efficiently as compared to reinforced concrete, which gets cracked after the cracking moment at a service load. Then second advantage of pre-stressed concrete, the permanent dead load can be nullified by increasing the eccentricity of pre-stressing tendon in a pre-stressed concrete member, thereby reducing the self-weight of the concrete member. Then third advantage, in long span structure, pre-stressed concrete is more economical than the reinforced concrete owing to small pre-stressed concrete section. And the fourth, the use of high strength steel and high strength concrete in pre-stressed concrete member results in smaller section as compared to the reinforced concrete member. Then another advantages of pre-stressed concrete are a long span structures. Pre-stressed concrete is more economical than reinforced concrete. Then the use of high strength concrete and high strength steel in pre-stressed concrete member results in a smaller section as compared to the reinforced concrete. Then fatigue strength of pre-stressed concrete is better than other material due to the fact that other is a small stress variation in steel, which is recommended for dynamically loaded structures. Then owing to the fact that concrete in the tension zone is also useful, there is considerable saving in a concrete, about 15 to 30% as compared to the reinforced concrete. Some remarkable pre-stressed concrete structures in India, that is first of all Ganga Bridge is in Patna, then Ball Tank Tromboy in Bombay, then Boeing Hangar Santa Cruz Airport. These are the pre-stressed structures. Then there are two methods. There are two methods used in a pre-stressing. First is a pre-tensioning and second is a post-tensioning. In that pre-tensioning. In pre-tensioning system, the tendons are first pre-stressed between the rigid anchor block. These blocks are casted on the ground. Then high strength concrete is used for this purpose. When concrete attains the sufficient strength, the pursuit from the jack is released. Then for the production pre-tension element on a large scale, Hoyer system is adopted. Then the transfer of pre-stress to concrete is achieved through bond and while releasing the tension in the wires, all wires are simultaneously released. Means in this system, cable or a tendon is tensioned before concrete is placed in the former and tendon is released when the concrete gets hardened, and thus pre-stress is transferred by bond between steel and concrete. Next is a post-tensioning. In post-tensioning system, the concrete unit casted first and having a provision of duct incorporation grooves to the house the tendons. Means in this method, initially concreting is done by forming a suitable duct, and after a hardening of a concrete, the tendon is passed through the duct. Then tendon is tensioned and anchored at the ends. The pre-stressing force in this method is transferred by the bearing stresses developed at the end block. Then post-tensioning anchorages. The post-tensioning system based on wedge action are Freycinet, Gifford-Udall, Magnell-Walton methods. Pre-tensioning is preferred when structural element is small and easy to transport, and post-tensioning is preferred when the structural element is heavy. Then advantages of pre-tensioning. In that, first advantage of pre-tensioning is the pre-stress force is applied through the bond between tendon and concrete, hence no end anchorage is required in pre-tensioning. The tendon is perfectly bonded throughout the length. Then third, there is a saving in the cost of the duct and grooving. Then fourth, the better quality control is possible at casting and tensioning is done in the plant. Then 5. Mass production is possible as many members can be casted at one time. Then disadvantages of pre-tensioning. In that, first disadvantages of pre-tensioning is the application is limited to the straight cable and advantages of curved cable cannot be achieved. स्ट्रेट केबल आपण प्री-टेन्शनिंगमध्ये करू शकतो, जसे की कर्व्ड केबल आपण अचीव नाही करू शकत प्री-टेन्शनिंगमध्ये. इफ द प्लांट इज अवे फ्रॉम द साइट, कॉस्ट ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन increases. It is difficult to make cast in situ members. Fourth, the loss of the stress in pre-tensioning is more as compared to the post-tensioning. Then advantages of post-tensioning method. In that, the greatest advantages of post-tensioning method is curved cable, and hence the beam with any cable profile can be cast. Then second, the cast in situ members are easily possible, and hence transportation cost can be minimized. The loss of a pre-stress in post-tensioning is less than that of the pre-tensioning. Fourth, the total loss of a pre-stress in post-tensioning is less than the pre-tensioning member. Then disadvantages of post-tensioning. In that, it requires end anchorage which may add the cost. Then second, The space between tendon and groove is to be grouted to make the tendon bonded and avoid the corrosion of tendon, which may add cost. There are many tensioning devices used in a pre-stressing. Different types of tensioning devices are used for applying tensile force to the steel tendon. There are four devices. In that, first is a mechanical, second is a hydraulical device, third electrical, and fourth is a chemical. These four devices are used for tensioning. First of all, mechanical device. The mechanical device generally used in the weight with lever and wire. This method is largely used for large scale production in a factory. Then second is a hydraulical device. For producing large pre-stressing force, hydraulic jacks are used as a tensioning device. The pressure is directly indicates magnitude of force applied. These are the simplest means of producing pre-stressing force, and these are several patented hydraulic jacks due to the works of Freyssinet Magnat, Gifford Udall for the range of 5 to 100 tons. Then third is the electrical pre-stress. In that it is done by heating the wire by passing a electric current. The process consists of heating of the wire up to 300 to 400 degrees Celsius within 3 to 5 minutes, and wire get expand. Due to this heating, wire will try to shorten, which is checked by the concrete. The steel wires are electrically heated and anchored before placing the concrete in a mold. Then fourth is a chemical pre-stressing. Here the pre-stressing is imparted due to expanding cement by controlled variation of curing conditions. Due to prevention of expansion of concrete on setting, it induces tensile forces in tendons and compressive forces in concrete. Means it can be achieved, chemical pre-stressing is achieved by using expanding elements which contain 75% of Portland cement, 15% of high aluminated cement, and 10% of a gypsum. It results in the formation of calcium sulfoaluminate after hydration. The linear expansion of concrete is up to 4% and can be achieved, and the expansion of concrete is restrained by the steel wires. Hence, compressive stresses is get developed in the concrete. This method is suitable for plate, folded plates, pipes, and thin members. Then assumptions in the analysis and design of pre-stressed concrete member. In that, first assumption used in a pre-stressed concrete member, that concrete is a homogeneous, isotropic, and obeys Hooke's law. Then second, within the range of working stress, both obeys Hooke's law. Then third, the stress in a steel does not change along the length of the reinforcement. Fourth is the stress change takes place in the case of a concrete. Then fifth, plane section remains plane after the bending. Then sixth, it is assumed that Hooke's law is applicable within the limits of elastic deformation. Okay, thank you. Remaining part we'll see in the next lecture.